Hey you, what up? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. I'm Maryam. Today, it's time for Faves x Fails, my monthly roundup video in which I talk about the best products of the month versus the worst. I slap on my faves onto my face, also talking about the fails, why they failed for me, so on and so forth. Of course, I always come prepared with my notes. This is a video that I really love to film. I really like to get all detailed into the things that I love and things that didn't work out for me so that it can help you make the right decision when purchasing these products that are not cheap, by the way, although I do have some drugstore products on this list. All right, let's get into this video. Subscribe if you aren't already, notification bell, and let's get into it. Faves x Fails for the month of May. Here we come. Alright, so I am going to start right from the top, but first I'm going to apply my DANESSA MYRICKS Blurring Balm Powder because I don't actually have a favorite primer this month. I typically don't have a favorite primer, and this is just the one that I always go back to because it's trusty, it's my favorite, it really blurs my imperfections, but this is not a new product, although it's an all-time fave. And you can tell. All right, skin is nice and matte. And the first product that I want to talk about on my faves list is the new Makeup by Mario Serum Bronzer. So this is a product that I like to apply right on top of my primer as sort of a bronzing serum, like a little healthy, glowy base to your skin. I have here shade light, medium. I'm gonna use light just for the sake of today's video because I actually want to wear this all over the face, but you can check out my previous video in which I do a little bit of an underpainting method. You can do either or, but today I kind of just want to wear it all over. Shade light is very subtle, which is great for me because I'm just trying to liven up this complexion a little bit. And I think this is the perfect product to do that with. It's just so easy to use. It's not patchy at all. This is $36. Very, very intuitive, easy to use if you are a makeup beginner or a makeup artist. It's just great. I like this method of application the best for me at the moment. It's just a quick little burst of color that you can slap on every day, especially if you're busy and you just need to look a little bit more refreshed or sun-kissed. I feel like that did it. That shade light is like barely noticeable on me, but I like it. This is what I want to go for. I want to go for barely noticeable. Also, this comes with a pump and with a doe foot applicator in case you want to be a little bit more precise with it. There are several shades, pretty much for every skin tone, from fair all the way to deep. And it does have a little bit of luminescence, just like the tiniest hint of pearlescence, so it does give the skin that luminous glow, but not too much, not metallic, not pearly, nothing like that. I like it. A fave for me. So from this point, you could either conceal your imperfections or you can apply your foundation, your skin tint, your powder, whatever you want on top. So that brings me to foundation. There are several foundations, powder foundations, skin tints that I tried this month, and some of these I liked, but there's a big but there. So let me just go on and say what I want to say. This month I tried out the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation, this matte one right here. This is the only product I don't have a price for. Forgive me, but I will pop it up right here. Upon my initial trial of this foundation, I really liked it. It looked really great at the end of the day. And because this is a matte formula and I'm an oily skin type, it was a no-brainer. I even took this foundation with me to Mexico City, but in Mexico City, because it's a much drier climate than here in New York, I found this to be almost unnecessary. Like, I did not produce that much oil, I was not sweating throughout the day, and I did not need this full of a coverage, so I opted for a different option. More on that in a bit. So although I like this one, I'm just gonna flat out and say it. My man did not like it on me. He straight up told me that my pores looked huge, that my skin looked very uneven and textured. And so although it has very good coverage, if you have any sort of a problematic skin finish, meaning if you have visible pores, if you have any sort of acne scars, this, because it's so clingy, it will cling to those areas and it will make them look magnified. I guess I was not looking at my texture, or maybe I was just looking at my face overall. In my big picture, I did not see the texture issue, but Ali, our swatch model, he is someone who notices things when they are off, when they are different, and to him, it made my skin look worse. So now I'm hesitant. Do I actually want to continue wearing this? I kind of trust him. I believe his truth when he speaks it. So I did not have a perfect match for me. I had to mix several shades. So right now I'm holding shade 17, medium warm. I believe this was like the shade that was the closest to me, but again, it wasn't perfect. I had to mix it with some other stuff. I don't know if this was a fave or a fail for me, but the fact that I am now hesitant to put this on is saying a lot. Moving on to the other product that I ended up wearing in Mexico City, the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Natural Matte with Mineral SPF. I am fully and thoroughly allergic to chemical SPF. I cannot wear it. My skin erupts immediately, so I can only wear Mineral SPF. This one has Mineral SPF. Actually, it has a hybrid SPF, but this did not break me out. This was safe on my skin. I wore it. It looked really beautiful at the end of the day. I have a wear test and a video review on that one too, but my man did not like it on my face. I feel like he just does not like the look of matte foundations and the way that they cling to problematic areas, such as pores, such as unevenness, such as texture. He was just not vibing with it, and he told me that my skin looked worse. So do with that what you will. This is a $47 product. If you have, I don't know, super smooth skin, maybe, if you are like younger in your early 20s, perhaps this is a product for you if you tend to produce a lot of oils, but I don't know. I'm just like on the fence now. I always thought that I was a matte foundation girl, but perhaps not this matte. And these two, they are ultimate. They are so matte. I don't know if I've ever seen anything more matte than these. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I'm kind of sad about it, I'm not gonna lie. Even with my DANESSA MYRICKS Blurring Balm Powder, I did not get a compliment. And whenever I do my makeup, the most important thing to me is to get a compliment from my man. I'm just gonna put it out there. Moving on to a skin tint that I tried this month from Say. This one is $36. It is called the Slip Tint. It has SPF 35 sunscreen, again, also mineral. And the shade that I have here is shade 4, which is actually a cooler shade that I tried with the Mario bronzer, a very, very warm bronzer, and it seemed to work together. But I can't say that I love the finish of the skin tint. The finish to me feels very unfinished. Like I want to keep on blending it, like I want to keep on buffing it into my skin. I want to get rid of the greasy metallic shine that it has. Maybe some people like that sort of vibe, but I wouldn't even call it dewy. Dewy is totally different. Dewy looks creamy. This does not look creamy. This looks greasy. So not a fan, although I do appreciate the mineral SPF, and I did appreciate the coverage of this. But unfortunately, the finish just was not my cup of tea. Oh my God, that sounds like I'm complaining a lot. This one was a fail for me. The other two were a fail for my man, even though I liked them on me. What is going on in this video? Are we ever gonna turn up the volume in the direction of positive? I don't know. So what the hell am I gonna slap onto my face? Oh yes, I know. My actual favorite powder foundation that I have recently tried. That's right, I am talking about none other than NATASHA DENONA, the Hy-Glam powder foundation. I have it in several shades here, and I did review it. This is a pricey product of $55. It is pricey, but it is gorgeous, it lasts, and it makes your skin look so dewy and so nice and so creamy and matte, but a natural matte. I really like it. So in my review, my skin was going through a moment. I had some bigger breakouts, probably still see some scars from some of them. Anyway, with my skin problems in that video, I was attempting to cover up my imperfections by layering concealers, foundations, and then this powder on top. That didn't work, and that is not my favorite method of applying this product. Also, I pounded it in with the included sponge, which by the way picks up way too much product because this powder is extremely pigmented. And to me, since that review, I've been wearing this nonstop, and I found different ways, better ways to actually wear it. So I'm going to show you that today. So my bronzer has now finally settled into my skin, my serum bronzer that is. I'm going to grab shade Y8/Y9. This is the yellow undertone. And by the way, this product has tons of undertones. The neutral, the yellow, rosy, peach, and also variations and combinations like yellow, peach, and neutral rosy, and all sorts of combinations. So there's literally tons of shades and tons of undertones for everyone. So the way that I have been enjoying this product is by picking up a very fluffy brush like this one. This is Wayne Goss OG brush number 11. I'm not sure if they still sell this, but if they do, it will be on Beautylish, and I will link it down below. So you see how this picks up a lot of product? Definitely need to tap that off. And I've been starting kind of in the perimeter of my face, specifically with my forehead, and kind of just buffing that into my skin. You see how it's just naturally creating this perfected surface, texture, finish. And because it's so pigmented, it has extremely full coverage. So again, I'm just brushing this kind of in the direction of my peach fuzz to smooth it down. And I'm not picking up too much product whatsoever. For the pores, same thing. I'm gonna brush the pores down just to smooth them a little bit. Same with the acne scars. But I'm not gonna pound in the product, because once you start pounding it in, it does the same thing. It becomes a little too much product, and then it starts forming in the shape of your imperfections and highlighting them. But if you manage to shear this product out, it just gives you the most beautiful, natural, flawless finish ever. But of course, if you like the super makeup-y look, you can use a denser brush, something like this, I guess, like a kabuki brush, and you can use circular motions to really work that into your skin. But anyway, for me, I like a light layer first, just to create this natural looking base. And then I either add my concealer on top or underneath it, or I take a much more precise brush, just load it up with some product, and I just conceal the spots. You see that? And also, because this is $55, I kind of don't want to waste it on concealing spots, so you could easily do this with concealer and you can perfect your skin underneath the powder. But I did just want to show you, if you have a couple of spots and you don't mind wasting the product, you can definitely do this. You could just concentrate it in the area that needs it and be good to go. Looking so, so natural. And to me, this is enough coverage. I can still see my freckles, which I like to see. And this just looks really approachable, but really fresh and really good. So definitely a fave for me. Yes, it's pricey, but it's worth it. Also, it has great longevity, especially when paired with this guy right here. Together, I feel like this is a really solid combo. Literally solid, because it lasts forever. And when I wash this powder foundation off, I have to quite literally not only double cleanse, but I have to use one of those rubber little jammies to make sure that it is completely off my face, because this thing definitely becomes one with your skin, especially once you start developing your oils. Okay, moving on to some concealer. Should have probably concealed before, whatever. One of my favorite concealers this month is this $8 RIMMEL concealer. I used it in my previous video. It reminds me of Tarte Shape Tape. Really, really thin formula, but very pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. I like that it doesn't crease, it doesn't look too solid on the skin. You could sheer it out if you want to make it look a little bit more wearable. You could probably even use this as concealer all over your face, like some girls tend to, instead of foundation. That's how pigmented it is, so I really like it. The shade that I've been using is shade Ivory, and like I said, it's $8. It's on Amazon. I'm gonna link it down below for you guys as well. This is a no-brainer. It's great. And another concealer that I think is actually a really, really nice concealer, not a lot of people talk about, is the DANESSA Beauty Super Bright Serum Silk Under Eye Corrector. So this one is pricier. It's $34, and I almost feel bad mentioning this after an $8 concealer that I just raved about. But this one is a cream formula, and it also doubles as a corrector. I personally like this shade Medium, and I'm gonna use it today just because I want to give them some love. This is an AAPI founded brand, and they also featured me during AAPI month in their newsletter. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate their products. AAPI month is over, Pride month is here, but we're supporting all these groups all year round. Also, this is a DANESSA Beauty brush that I really like. Do you see how nice and brightening that is in the under eye? It just canceled out that darkness that I had. I'm even gonna apply some on the top of my lids because I have some purpley veins right here. So I'm just gonna neutralize that. Really, really lovely on-the-go product. Doesn't necessarily need to be set with powder because it's not balmy. It's almost a cream to powder finish, which I appreciate. And there she goes. She's looking a little bit more awake. I got very little sleep last night, by the way. We are traveling again this week. We are heading to LA. And by the time this video is live, the event would have already occurred. We are heading to LA. I cannot wait. Is all I'm gonna say for now, but by the time this video is live, I'll have a lot more to say probably on my IG. So I just color corrected around my nose too, because this area, the stash area, is just a little bit greener naturally, so I want to add a little bit of peach just to counterbalance that. This is a fave, this is a fave. So the other powder that I wanted to mention in my faves is the new One Size Ultra Peach powder that I like to use for the under eye. It is basically the same formula as the original translucent version, but it has that peachy undertone, so it's great for brightening, and I would have loved to use it right now, but unfortunately I left it in my other room, and you know what, I could get it, but I'd rather just tell you about it. One size, Ultra Peach. They came out with 2 more shades, Marigold and a Rich Peach. All of these are $34 each. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because going back to the NATASHA DENONA powder, I would not recommend using this in your under eye. This is way too much powder, way too much makeup, too pigmented for the delicate under eye area. So in order to set my under eye, I'm just gonna reach for my Laura Mercier. This one's always here with a one size puff. I just want to quickly set the under eye and kind of blend that into the powder foundation because I felt like the border between the concealer and the rest of my skin was a little too harsh. I just wanted to blur that. And I think that did it. All right, so now let's talk about highlighters. I have several highlighters that I'm loving this month. I just tried the new Lowlighter from DANESSA MYRICKS using the same Upsilite technology or Upsilite ingredient to control oils as her blurring balm powders and also the blushes. But I have not tried all the shades. I only tried one shade. I really liked it. I still have to try out the others. I feel like it's like too early for me to include it in a fave, although I really liked it a lot. So that's a $25 product. There's 4 shades. I will talk about it further. For now, I just want to talk about some traditional classic types of highlighters that I've been loving. So the first one is the FENTY Demi Glow Light Diffusing Highlighter. So I have it here in 2 shades. Too Much, which is like a pinky, and also Shade Prosecco, which is like a golden champagne. I love them both. So even though these are supposed to be demi glowing, kind of like a lowlighter, to me, these are very much bright, booming highlighters that are so stunning, so soft, and so forgiving on the skin. I mean, no words, only feelings. Look at this. Just the most gorgeous glaze. So perfect. I feel like this is one of those products that you can apply anywhere you want to glow. On your forehead, your brow bone, in your corner, nose bridge. Perfect for that jaw highlight. Are we still doing those? I mean, it is blinding for sure, but what's cool about it is that it's really soft. So it blends in with your skin or with your makeup, and it just kind of becomes one with it. I really appreciate that. So this is $40 each. I loved it. I took it on vacation with me. I'm taking it again to LA with me. It is amazing. Probably one of my favorite glowy products from Fenty so far. Another favorite highlighter has been the NATASHA DENONA High Gen. This one's a little bit pricier at $48, but I will say it is very similar to the Fenty one. I have it here in shade Light, and I'm going to use a different brush. Apply it to the other side of my face. This one feels a little bit more like a slurry in the pan because it's a much shallower pan. But when you apply it on, it has that same melt into your skin, almost liquidy kind of feel. This does have a scent, which not everyone will love. And this is a product that you can also use all over the face, blend it in with your skincare or like a serum or whatnot. And the effect is very similar in my opinion. Very, very similar. This one looks just a little bit more wet. This one looks just a little bit more soft. Do you see it? Granted, the shades are not the same. This one's cooler, but you get the idea. So both of these I like. Another highlighter slash blush that I've been absolutely obsessed with this month, it has been my most reached for, is definitely the Rare Beauty new powder blushes that are actually luminous. So this shade Cheer is probably my most used shade. It's just so pretty. It's very, very girly. It looks great on everyone. It adds a little bit of color, but also it's a highlighter, so it's just the best of both worlds. And I think this was a really smart move on their part. I like the innovation. I just feel like there's no way that a person cannot like it. Look at that. I also like that it is skin perfecting, and I definitely have some acne scars here that I typically would avoid, but with this product I feel okay. I feel safe applying it over those deeper type of scars, and it's still looking good. So let's see, this is $26. I'm using this NARS brush. I believe there's fireworks outside of my window right now. I don't know if you guys can hear. Oh, but man, is this lovely. Obsessed. I can't stop using this. I will not put it down. All right, so I think we are done with complexion products. Now I want to talk about some color products, namely the eyeshadow category. I have not actually tried any palettes this month, or maybe I have, but I can't remember. Maybe they weren't that memorable, but I definitely tried enough eye products in the eyeshadow category. And one of my favorites this month has been actually an eyeshadow crayon, the ColorLuxe Shadow Stick from Jane Iredale. So I've tried many eyeshadow sticks or eyeshadow crayons before. None of them I really like because typically they feel, honestly, either too balmy, so they do not actually stay on your lids, or they are just so thick and textured that they look like actual plastic on your lids. So that has been my experience with all the popular and famous ones. There's just a few that I really like. These were a love at first sight off the bat, and let me tell you why. These felt different because although they go on very, very creamy, and I'll demonstrate as I'm showing, because obviously it's a fave. I'm gonna grab this shade Saddle, which is like a matte tan. So they go on very, very creamy, no pulling or tugging, very easy glide. But what's different about them is that once you start blending them out, which you can do with a brush or a finger, they actually blend and set to a powder finish. So that's genius. Also, you don't need to apply primer underneath. They double as primers, which is also very convenient. And because they leave no texture, because they feel so smooth on the lids, I will say this is great for mature skin. If your lids are starting to see some signs of wear, you will love this product. And because it's so easy to use, you can create quite the complicated looks, I will say. And of course, you can also do the easy looks, the everyday looks, the smoky eyes, whatever. But this specific color right here, shade Saddle, is like perfect for the crease, for defining your lids. It's quite pigmented. So I have been a fan of these. They're just so nice, so easy. They also have a sharpener in the back, so you can sharpen it to a point in case you want a precise application like detailing or a liner look. So that's really nice and convenient. The shades are very wearable. They also have shimmery shades. I'm gonna grab a shimmery shade now. Maybe this golden shade Gatsby. I'm gonna just pop that all over my movable lid for that nice sandy, beachy sort of vibe. These are $28 each. Ah, this combo is stunning. And they just feel really high quality. So this is great for newbies. This is great for makeup artists. It's just fresh and it's easy. I'm a big fan. And once I like something, I just keep reaching for it. I keep using it. I never stop talking about it. And I feel like this is gonna be one of those eyeshadow sticks that sticks. Doom. Ooh, I skipped a fail. I skipped a fail in the complexion category, and I am so sad that this product belongs to one of my favorite new brands, Polite Society. I'm so sorry, Jeremy and Jared, but I did not love this blush. This blush, although it's really cute and the names are adorable, this one is named Paris. First of all, there's not a lot of product in here. This is $28, and in my notes I wrote that there is such a thing as too matte, too dry, and just not pigmented enough due to it being too matte and too dry. So this is kind of how I feel about these blush sticks. I don't hate them, but I didn't find myself excited to reach for them. The packaging is so cute. I guess I wanted to love them more is what I'm saying. I wish they had a little bit more pigment. Perhaps if it was a cream to powder formula, similar to the Jane Iredale eye sticks, maybe I would love the blush sticks, but sadly it has not happened with me. So that is my truth. And now let's talk about some mascaras. I have mostly failed mascaras this time in this video. I feel like there's quite a lot of products that I'm not loving this time. And I am sad to say that the two I recently tried, both brown mascaras from YSL and also from Benefit from the Bad Gal Bang collection, have just not hit the spot for me. These were kind of like barely there mascaras. I don't know. The Benefit one just did not remind me of the original Bad Gal Bang formula, which is one of my OG favorite mascaras before I even grew out my lashes. And the YSL, I was just expecting so much more for the money. This is $32. It is pricey for a mascara. I do like the color. It's a richer brown than the Benefit, but it just feels so dry. There's just no wow factor with either one of these. And to me, one of my favorite brown mascaras is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Chocolate. I actually have it around here somewhere, and I use that one all the time. It's kind of my go-to. And these were like a very subpar imitation of that one. Very sorry to say that. I did, however, like the burgundy version of the Bad Gal Bang. This one looked great, so I guess I'll use it today. Though I don't know if it's gonna go with my beachy, sandy eye look. I'm not gonna use it today. I changed my mind. I'm actually gonna reach for the Bad Gal Bang Waterproof. I have not tried this one, so this is neither a fail or a fave. This is just my first time trying it because I need a mascara. Hopefully, this one's the one. I do love me a waterproof formula. I appreciate a waterproof formula. And this one's nice. Is it nice though? Or is it just okay? What's going on with these mascaras? They absolutely do not remind me of the original Bad Gal Bang. Hold on. Oh no. This is not giving what it's supposed to give. I'm sorry. In fact, it feels very clumpy on my lashes, like it's clumping them together, not in a flattering manner. I don't know, you guys. Is it my lashes perhaps? Perhaps they are no longer okay, I think I was able to build this one up a little, but it took a while, no? I'm just not loving how it's clumping. I was expecting more benefit, I'm not gonna lie. This is just okay. These are $29. The YSL Lash Clash is $32. Not really feeling either one, but that's okay. Not everything we're gonna love. But I do think this video is coming to an end, and I feel like I need to leave it on a high note. I have just the best product for that. My favorite, most reached for lip product of the month goes to none other than ColourPop So Juicy Plumping Gloss Bomb. It doesn't really plump whatsoever, but I absolutely love this formula. I really love how glossy but not sticky it looks, and my absolute favorite shade has been Vacay Mode. Look at it. It is just the most perfect semi-sheer shade of peachy nude I ever did see, honest. It's so pretty and so flattering. It makes the lips look 3D. There's a slight minty tingling sensation, but like I said, it doesn't plump. But the color itself and just the product, the formula, the packaging, the price at $10 a pop is so good. I love this. My most reached for lip product this month for sure, by far, hands down. And on that note, I've completed my look. Here it is. Kind of natural and glowy if you ask me. Not feeling my spidery lashes, but outside of everything else, I really like my easygoing eye look. It's reminding me of a sandy beach. I really love the lips. The complexion looks great and natural. All of these highlighter products are just so stunning. Basically what I'm trying to say is these are my faves and those are my fails. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy this chatty type of video where I'm just being myself and I'm just testing products and mostly talking about the products that I love and don't love. So with that, let's talk further. DM me on my IG. Let's talk here on Instagram in the comments. I love interacting with you guys, and thank you guys so much for your support, for watching, and for being awesome. Peace out. I'm out. Deuces!